Okay, so what is today? I think it's September 29th. And the purpose of today's class or Zoom is to just encourage the people. There are several of us who want to build with doTERRA. And some of us already are, and that's exciting. And some of us are brand new, and that's really exciting. So there's exciting parts in it all, and it can be somewhat overwhelming, I think. And that's why we're just going to start with tidbits, little bits. I read this article and it was very encouraging to me. And so there's 5 points I want to talk about today. It shouldn't take very long. And then I'll stop recording. And if you want to chat later, we can connect. But I will record it for anybody who is missing it. So a couple of weeks ago, or months, I can think it was months ago, we were in Alaska and we were driving and the back springs on our RV fell off. We were in the middle of the highway and Neil was panicking. So that trickles down to the kids. We have 4 kids. And so they were, especially Jackson, he's a nervous wreck when it comes to anything happening. And so I saw him starting to lose it a little, like asking what's wrong, what's happening. So my instincts were distract. So I said, hey guys, let's just count the cars for a minute. Let's see what's happening and see how many semi trucks pass by. So we just started searching for semi trucks. Our kids love to try to make them honk. We were going the wrong direction, so we couldn't make them honk, but we could count them. So we were counting them. The kids were then laughing and they weren't thinking about the situation. And so it just kind of brought and reminded me that they need to be taught how to respond in difficult situations. And so I have to train myself to do that. Those were just mom instincts, but I could have done something else. I could have just started worrying and freaking out, but the Lord just had put in me, be calm and be supportive, distract. And so that worked really well. And so what I notice is for leaders, and the leaders that I've followed with doTERRA and in myself and the people that I've been helping to get their oils and the people who are interested in building, they're similar to me. They have a motivation. They're typically positive people. And so I want you to take note and realize when you want to attract good quality leaders and builders in your business, you need to become that person. You need to become the person that you want to attract. And so this starts for me. My day starts with getting up early, about 5:30 or 6. I do stretching or yoga for just 15 or 20 minutes. And then I listen to affirmations or I listen to 15 minutes of a business training, something to get my mind on, like get that out of the way during the day. Because when I don't, I forget and I get busy. And then after that, I try to do a meditation prayer time and I go to the scripture and I just center my day around that. And then I become calmer for the rest of the day. And so those tiny habits, it really does not take long, but that has made me who I am. And it's helped me to get through difficult times when things feel like it's not going to work, or times when it feels like it's just too hard, taking too much from my family. And it's gotten me through really great times. And so when I'm super excited or things are going well, but it's really busy, I have been able to go back and fall back on that pattern and those good solid habits. And that is going to have those habits are what mold you. And that's what people see. So whether you realize that or not, people are going to notice if you're positive and if you're exude, like kind of giving out energy, positive energy, or are you sucking energy? Are you taking from them? And because people do not want to be taken from. People don't like to be drained with your negative energy. If you're always complaining, if you struggle with that, go back to yourself and pray, because we're supposed to do everything without grumbling and complaining. And that is not an easy thing to do. But build those habits so that you can have something to fall back on. And when you're building on a foundation of rock, Christ, you're going to have a more positive life. It doesn't mean everything's going to be great. It doesn't mean everything's going to be happy all the time. It just gives you a really good foundation. So number 2, believe in doTERRA. Without the belief, my beliefs, my spiritual beliefs, and knowing that I need to be calm for my kids during struggles, like times when things go out of whack and start to be crazy, I think my instincts would not have been to distract them and to calm them down. And I could have easily went off into another trajectory. But my beliefs molded me and helped me to do that. And so with doTERRA, just when I went out and started learning, I met tremendous leaders. And the thing that touched me is how they care. They care about people. They care about you individually first before the business. So it's more like a loving community. And they're all about educating. And so educate, whether it be oils or how to maintain your life or how to get out of a slump or how to just motivate yourself in general. And so those have made such a big difference for me that I started to love doTERRA, and not only for its products, but for who they are and maybe not who doTERRA is, because that's kind of nuanced, but who the people are in them. So I've made such a strong connection with the people that now I love it. And so if you don't believe in doTERRA, you can't sell it. You can't people see through that, And so everything changed for me when I saw what the company is really about and what the people are like. So even in the beginning, when the money was tight for us, we made the necessary sacrifices so that because we believed that there would be gain, and there has been. And there's a culture of the leaders who will encourage that. They encourage you to make budgets, but knowing that you will have gain from it because you have to put in first. So believe in doTERRA, believe in that system, and believe in that the people. So get involved with some people if you don't know, like the Romy's Rock Stars. Just talk with the people, see who they are. You could always touch bases with Romy herself. She's open to people coming to her for just talking with her and seeing about the business, asking questions. LaTaryn, she's on our line as well, and she is tremendous. And we have 2 other people on our upline, and they have been nothing but helpful. So reach out so you can build that community. 3, reprogram your brain to become the new you. This is really important because our thoughts, we tend to go to the negative. Like our minds like to go, I don't know why, but it's a continual come back to drama. Like we're drawn to drama. We're drawn to negativity. We're drawn to tragedy and contention and just depression. And it takes fight to get out of that. So over time, our subconscious just learns to ignore the good stuff, especially like my childhood. It took me a long time to get past that because I was drawn to that. I was completely defensive about my whole life, about anybody near me, because of how I was raised. And it took forever to get out of that. But it's all about, there's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. And that basically is like the engine system. So it searches through everything that you're processing, all these millions of bits of information, and it shows us and kind of tells us what is meaningful to us and what is important. But most people don't know that you can tell that search engine what to look for. So it's important to repeat things. So that positive pattern that you're doing in the morning, listening to affirmations, reading the scripture, meditating, or just stretching and doing something for yourself in the morning to prepare for the day, that helps you to have a repeated method going on and tell your body and tell your mind to look for the positive in life. So the affirmations will help with that. You can tell your that system, the RAS system, to act like you're already a diamond. And I think that's extremely important. If your goal is to do well in doTERRA, you need to act the part. It's kind of like what I learned this in the military when we were getting out. When you go on interviews, you dress for the job you want, not for the job that you are applying for. And so you always dress up. And I don't mean in your clothes, but I just mean one level up from where you are intending to go, because it kind of projects of where you're going. And that is another positive thing. So if you're getting on the phone to make calls with people, get dressed from head to toe, do your hair, put your makeup on, put a smile on your face, because those acts change the way you feel about yourself. So you really have to get those habits in line, because when you're talking to people, it shows. And so you want to retrain your brain to say, no, I am this. I am strong. I am going to do well. Not if somebody comes, but no, when they say no, they're not saying no to me. They're saying no, not right now. And so just say positive things, turn everything to a positive, and you'll retrain your brain. So one of the things that helps is to say it in a present tense, like I'm going to be diamond, I'm going to be gold, I'm going to have 3 classes this month. Like, say it in a positive present tense, and that's an affirmation. That's, I am going to do this. I am going to be happy with my children today. I am going to play a game with my children today. Those are the affirmations I say in the morning. Like, I am going to be joyful when my kids are crazy today. Like, I'm going to find the joy in what God has given me. So our internet's a little bad, so if it breaks up, I'll be right back. Okay, so number 4, genuinely talk about the business side of doTERRA. So oftentimes I see people who are shy about expressing why they decided to start a career with doTERRA. And it is a career. This is a choice. But when you're doing a business, you need to do it on purpose. It's not going to happen by itself. It's not going to fall in your lap eventually. People aren't going to see a post on your Facebook page and then contact you and call you. You have to do it intentionally. And that means businesses take money. Businesses take time. And so genuinely talk about that passion and what you're wanting. What are your reasons for that range of feelings that you got, that range of beliefs about this particular direct sales or network marketing program or system? Because there are so many criticisms we're going to hear from outside services, from other people's experiences, from just lack of belief in themselves. Like, a lot of times it's, oh, I can't do that. That just is, those things don't work. But really, in the long time, like after I talked to them a while, they've tried Pampered Chef or Scentsy, and it didn't work for them. And so they have negative feelings about it. And that's happened to a lot of people, and that's fine. But we can't take their negativity and we can't let it fall upon us. We have to block that. And so we talk about how it's positive. Why did we choose it? And just be open. I think if you're open and honest, then people see that genuineness and they are attracted to that. So decide now that you're going to be true to yourself and your dreams. So you chose this. You chose it for a reason, right? So whether you know exactly why you chose it, but you were just really feeling a desire to do something, you picked doTERRA for a reason. You know the quality, you know the company, you know the hype and what people have talked about already. And so you chose it for a reason. You didn't choose Mary Kay or whichever one because that wasn't interesting to you. This was interesting to you. So embrace it. So there's a basic outline that you can follow. And it's just share your dreams and your goals, like exactly what that you've always wanted. So make a little dream board. If it's just live on some land, or if it's take vacations 3 times a year, or maybe it's a specific car, whatever your dreams are. Maybe it's your husband not having to go back to work. Maybe it's you guys teaming up and doing something like this, or helping your husband have financial freedom and take some of that burden away from him having to work so much to provide for your family. And so maybe those are part of your dreams, but you just speak that. You speak how your genuineness to people. And don't be afraid of what they say, because that fear is a liar. I think that is very important to remember. The fear that trickles in is lying to you. When you're open and when you are honest, People don't trample on that. People love that. So it gives them a kind of a reason and a chance to feel in their hearts if they should join. Like it may stir something in them that says, those are the same things I've been thinking. And now I know her and I trust her. And if she wants to do this, then maybe it's good. And we know that it's good. But now they've had that opportunity to open their hearts up to it because you shared with them. All right, 5. This is the last one. So I want you to give everyone a chance. So everyone that comes into your path, whether it's a baseball coach or a soccer coach or a mom at the laundromat. I have to do laundry at a laundromat sometimes. That's why I said that. Maybe it's your dentist or your dental hygienist. It doesn't matter who. Give everyone the chance to choose for themselves how to respond to you. So like if you just pass someone, like we were driving and someone needed gas on the side of the road in Alaska. And we stopped. We were able to help them. That was a blessing from the Lord. And we were able to talk to them about what they did. We asked them what they were doing, how were they in Alaska, everything. And then they asked us, what did we do? So we were able to share our love for doTERRA and traveling and talking to people and meeting new people and just having that financial freedom to do that. And so we just were able to open up, and it was an awesome experience to share that. And it kind of gave them, they just were super excited for us. We could just feel it. So give everybody that chance. Everyone you meet, even if you don't think that they're ever going to buy, you don't know who it is. So Neil was helping out in Texas. And an awesome man was there. And Neil was just using the oils. He had a little keychain with him, and he uses the oils on the work site, like peppermint to help people's headaches, melaleuca because he cut himself with a really gross ceramic toilet. And so glad he had melaleuca. But he put melaleuca on it, and it was starting to heal right away. And by the end of the day, and one of the men noticed. And so he wanted to know more. And so he's able to get products and learn more about the business and more about how doTERRA works and how to take care of his body, just because Neil was using it and talking about it while he was there at the work site. So he didn't eliminate anyone, even a group full of grown men. So don't eliminate anyone out of your share list. doTERRA makes it easy because there's the living and the sharing and the building brochures, and they're all online. Study those. Study how doTERRA, the wording and just how to talk to people. It just makes it easier when you really know the words. Just read it several times, and once you're used to saying it, say it out loud in a mirror. Say your affirmations in a mirror. Write things down to remind yourself. If you're like me, you're forgetful. I have to write literally everything down, put it in my phone, and put on a timer, or I will forget. I will forget to call you. I will forget that I have a Zoom. It's just like that. So our job is just to nurture, to educate, and to serve people no matter what. And what they want to do, no matter what they want from doTERRA, basically. So we serve them because they are God's creatures. Like we serve them because we are designed to serve. And so use that design to love people. And so share your love. There are thousands of people out there. If you know, this is how I try to explain how many people don't know about doTERRA yet. If you have family members who don't use doTERRA or don't know about it, just multiply that like exponentially, because we all have family members who don't know about doTERRA or have no idea about using natural solutions in their life. And so you have this whole world as an oyster, I could say that, as an oyster to go out and find people. And our job is just to share it, share the love, share the benefits, share your passion. Okay. So I think that'll be the end for today, just so you had something short to go back and listen to and hopefully encourage you. And if you have more questions, I'm going to stop the recording and then we can chat, Lainey, if you can get your mute set up. But I'll talk to you guys later, and we'll do a next Zoom. It's actually going to be in October. I'm going to switch the day to Tuesday. I'm going to talk to a few people and see what time is best, because lunchtime is not working for several people. And so we'll either morning or later. So we'll figure that out.